Back on the road in this Friday rewind, we're going to Iowa with UNA head basketball coach Missy Tiber. UNA women traveled to Iowa to take on a team that went 24-7 on the year, including 14-4 in Big Ten play. They had the Player of the Year in the Big Ten and Kathleen Doyle. Coach Tiber, let's jump into this game. A road game. We happened to lose it, but a strong showing against a very talented Big Ten program. Just what was the significance of this game for your program this past season?
I think it kind of, similar to the year before when we went to Vanderbilt and we played so well, and it gave us a lot of confidence. And I think the same thing is true with the Iowa game. We didn't win the game, but we were just as good as they were. We had a few things at the end of the game that could have went our way, and they just didn't. And we had a chance. We had a 3-point shot in the corner. It would have tied the game. We got the offensive rebound, and we were right there. So I think a huge confidence builder for us, and especially an environment with over 5,000 people there.
This was an Iowa team that went undefeated at home, 16-0. Just what was that road environment like?
It was a great crowd, and it's just good when you can just go and play in front of a lot of people, and I think it's exciting basketball for both teams.
Right here we see Ivy Wallen guarding Kathleen Doyle early on, Coach. Just how exciting of a matchup was that?
It was good, Kathleen being the Big Ten Player of the Year, and she's just a tremendous player, but Ivy held her own the entire game.
These early possessions in a big ball game like this, what's the feeling like? Is it nervousness? Is it feeling each other out?
One thing about us going into this game, we weren't really nervous. We could go in there and play. We had nothing to lose and just kind of everything to gain. And you can see there, Kenesha to Ansley on a quick backdoor pass. That was huge for us. Ansley had a big impact in the game early.
When you're playing a program that may not be familiar with you, how satisfying is it seeing players like Emma do what they do so well?
And you could just tell by their coach, she was frustrated with that because she knew Emma was a 3-point shooter. So if we could get her open, it was big for us.
Emma that time stepped inside the 3-point line, and we're going to see Iowa get off and running. Something we do very well. That's Kathleen Doyle missing, but then here's what you guys love to do, flipping the script.
I think that's one thing they weren't quite ready for. I don't think that they were prepared for our transition game and for us to be as fast up and down the court that we were. I think it was a little shocking to them early.
And again, same scenario right here, and it's Kenesha Colson off the rebound, flipping it up ahead to Ivy, something we saw so often.
Yep, and Ivy then just kicks it out to Emma, and, their coach just frustrated, and us just playing our style of basketball, getting some stops and being selfless in transition.
So many players we're so familiar with, and we're very familiar with what they do. And Coach, right here, Ainsley Eubank diving on the floor again, the defense leading to the offense.
That is huge for us. We were such a tough team to stop when we committed on the defensive end because our transition game was, is just something, and you can see it here.
Kenesha Colson's going to pop the three, and how much value did that 3-point shot bring to her senior season?
I think it was huge. She really worked on developing that in the offseason coming into her senior year, and then she just started shooting it with confidence, and it made the biggest difference in our program this year.
Olivia Noah just hit that three in the corner. And can you really kind of say Olivia wasn't quite Olivia yet, still feeling her way around?
I think so at this stage. She was just trying to find her fit within the system, but they knew it. At this time, her percentage was still extremely high, and you could hear them yelling they didn't want her to get any open threes, and we were able to get her one pretty quickly when she entered the game.
First quarter ends, UNA with a 2-point lead. Brittany Panetti getting going early on. A first quarter lead on the road, Coach. How much confidence does that give you moving into the next quarter?
I think it was huge. And then we just come out of the quarter break and run a set play and get the ball right inside to Brittany for her to get an easy score.
And even on that play, the ball movement, Ivy drove, but about 4 players touched the basketball.
That's huge. That's just the way we play. And when we're doing that, that's when we're at our best.
Ivy to the rim yet again, and we're going to start seeing the Hawkeyes heat up from 3. How valuable was the 3-point shot for them?
It was big. That's completely probably why they won the game, and they just made some big threes, and as we did too, to stay in the game. But on the possession before, you could see that they really had I don't think anybody on that court could keep Ivy in front of them. So that was huge for us. But here we come again with another stop, and we're off and running again. But big play, that's something Madeline Doyle did to us a couple times throughout the course of the game. She was trying to jam Ivy in transition.
Emma Wallen would have 12 in the first half, and we've seen her pop the jumpers. There she is inside.
I think that's one thing that we didn't back down from. They scored, we just came right back at them.
And Ainsley Eubank again coming through, offensive rebound, hustle play for the putback.
That's what I was saying earlier. She had a huge impact in this game early. She just kind of our enforcer type player. And when she was on the court this year, we were pretty tough to stop.
Some free throw shooting towards the end of the first half. The Hawkeyes, they'll take the lead into the halftime break. A final look at the final possession right here, Coach. But that first 20 minutes of basketball, just how did you feel about the way your team played?
I was pretty pleased coming in that environment. You're playing a Big Ten team, Power 5 school. We had executed the game plan pretty effectively. We knew they were having trouble with our transition game. And we just go in the locker room, pretty pleased with where we're at, and then trying to figure out how we could be better defensively and get stops because we knew they wouldn't be able to guard us in transition.
Over the years with this particular group, we were used to great third quarters, fast out of the gate. A slow start in this third quarter. Iowa's going to push the lead out to 11 on this run, Coach. And at that point, you guys never really felt like the game was slipping away.
I think I could tell throughout the entire first half that their coach was pretty frustrated with them, and probably a little talking to, and they come out of the locker room and they're on fire and they got a lot of intensity, and it was a little, it was tough for us, but we got back under ourselves, and we're able just to get back to doing what we did. And there you just see a nice team play. And I think that's the thing, it's game of runs. You're playing a Power 5 at their place. You're really not expected to win the game. But at the same time, our program, Ben, you've been with us for quite a few years now. We're not going to stop giving effort and stop running. And then we just were able to get some stops and then get ourselves right back in the game again.
How often is it that it's just one play that sparks this team? It was Ainsley Eubank feeding Olivia Noah, and that kind of got this team going.
I think it's huge. When we're passing the ball and just being selfless with each other, that's when you can really just see our girls just really enjoy it. And look right here, they score, we run right back at them. And, I think that's the bread and butter of our program is just hard work and outworking somebody. We might not be faster than them, but we're going to outwork them.
You see the entire bench celebrating right there. The 11-point lead down to 4. How hard did this team work right there, Ainsley Eubank, on the defensive end?
I think we just worked unbelievably hard. We said, we came here and we're coming here to win. And that's what we talked about to our girls about when we play these games. Every game is the same for us. Here comes Jayla Roberts in the game, and she had a huge series for us. I think she scored 11 points for us in this game, and she was just so physically strong and the confidence she came in as a freshman to make some big plays for us during the stretch of when we were down.
Kenesha Colson gets the lead back at that point, and it's about to turn into a Jayla Roberts highlight show, Coach. You just touched on it a little bit there as Iowa gets the three-point shot going once again, but the young freshman, how satisfying was it to see her get going?
So we went down 11, we come back, we take the lead, they make a big three, and then we start just getting some excellent plays, team play. There's another with transition, just driving to the basket and a little pass and dump there, but watch Jayla, she just did some unbelievable things, and that's why we're so excited about the future of our program, and that we know we're in good shape. Here she comes again, and just watch her being real strong, attacking a 6'5" girl at the rim with a little floater right over top.
She's about to score on 2 more possessions in a row. When you've got a group of seniors, Coach, how valuable were they for the freshman Jayla in situations like this?
I've always said that, and I've been talking to my team about this right now through this summer, is that when their upperclassmen do their roles as tremendous leaders, it allows the young kids to come along in their time. They're not going to be as great every single game as Jayla is in this game because they're young, and that's just the way it is. But because they were doing their job, she was able to come in there and make some big plays because they were so worried about everybody else.
Players doing their job. Emma Wallen turns it over, and then what does she do? Gets it back.
Right there, I think Iowa kind of thinking they're starting to wrap this game up, and kind of extending the lead a little bit, and we're coming right back at them again. And here we are, Kenesha to the basket and back to a 2-point game.
Tight ball game, another just big three from Iowa.
That's what we talked about early. The 3 ball would be key for them. But we didn't quit. We're down 5 right now, and we're coming right back at it. Right out of the timeout here, their coach called a timeout, puts them up 5, but here we come right back into play. And here we go again, right back down 3.
An opportunity off the turnover, Coach. This senior class really made a name for themselves from the Vandy game all the way up to this point. Pulling within 3 here, you called the timeout. What are some things you guys are talking about?
You know, we're just trying to work so hard to get a defensive stop, and then we messed up our defensive assignments right there and pinched on the corner 3. And but still, right back. You know, we never quit. We're coming right back at you. And here we go. We're a 3-point possession right here. We're 1 possession. That's all you can ask for. And if you would stop right here, you didn't get to see the play before. But so we're down 3. We missed a wide open 3 in the corner. Brittany got the offensive rebound and got fouled and went to the free throw line, and we weren't able to convert at the free throw line, and then we were forced in the situation where we had to foul. But unbelievably proud of my kids and how hard we played, and I'm not sure Iowa was quite expecting the game that they got out of us. I think they were expecting to cruise through us a little bit.
And, Coach, as the clock runs out here, you'll kind of see Iowa celebrate as the clock strikes 0. Hey, we held off North Alabama. But this game, how much did it aid when we go down to Fort Myers and got into ASUN play and had that big win then?
You're talking about you're playing in front of a similar crowd as far as attendance goes. And, you know, I think it said a lot about our program. Iowa, tremendous program. You're talking about a team that's been to the NCAA tournament countless times. So in our mindset, it proved to us that, you know, everything that we'd been saying that we're competitors. We're not going to back down. We can score in a variety of ways, and we can play pretty good defense when we need to too. So I think it set us up to have a successful season.
Now, 1 year later, Coach, you're getting ready to welcome in a handful of new players, some key returnees coming back as well from last season. What can they take away? What kind of confidence can they look at from this ball game?
You know, I've been talking to our girls. You know, we've had 2 workouts now. We've been back for summer workouts, and I've just been so pleased with the leadership of our 6 returning players. They know what it takes to win. And I can remember some of those young girls in their first workouts, and they struggled. And, you know, right now, and now they're the leaders. And you would come in and watch them. I mean, they're just flying through the drills. And guess what that does? Now that pulls the freshmen right along with them. The freshmen have no choice right now than to go, or they're going to get run over in drills. And guess what they're doing? They're going right with them. And that's why I'm very pleased. And I said something last night on my Twitter that in life you can accomplish so many things when you surround yourself by great people. And that's what we are. We're a program of great coaches and great people, and so are our players. So I think the bar is set extremely high for this program, and I think we still have a lot left to accomplish.
Gets me excited for basketball season. Coach, thanks for going into the film room on this Friday.
Thanks, Ben. I hope we get to throw this jump ball up come November.